Good morning guys, welcome to Thermomix Adventures. Lisa here. Hey look, today I am going to show you how I make a gluten-free lasagna. Now, there is a huge temptation just to buy all the bits and pieces, right? But I'm just going to help disco camera behave itself. But I always balk at the idea of spending $8 on fresh gluten-free lasagna sheets. So today I'm going to tell you about how I make it for my family. I'm going to tell you how I make it veggie packed. I've done the 3 components, actually 4 if you include the cheese, and I'm going to talk you through that as I assemble it. So starting off today, I have made a massive mince batch, and it's actually got hidden veggies in it. If you've never done mince in your Thermomix, it's time to start. Now, as a basic one that you can follow easily, chunky bolognese on cookie dough is amazing. I actually, on Recipe Community, have a savory mince recipe there that you can pull over to your cookie dough that uses a whole lot of veggies. And you actually use those veggies in the bottom to steam the mince on the top. It can make a massive amount. You'll see me in a moment. I've got 3 bowls here. By the way, if you ever get a chance to get another bowl set for your Thermomix, or there's a sale on, go crazy, okay? Extra bowls are like having another Thermomix. I mean, if you can get another Thermomix, and I know some of you guys watching have multiple Thermomixes. I've got 3 back here, okay? I've got a white, a black, and a white. Blacks are not available, just FYI. But, so this morning, they have been going non-stop, not just with this. So I've got 3 bowls here going, but we've also done a sweet potato oatmeal slice. We've done lemonade. They've done something with watermelon. Like, it's been a crazy morning. Sorry about the disco camera, guys. It's because it's not sure which way it should go. So everything's been happening today. Some are in the dishwasher, some are here, but let's talk about this. So this mince one is on Recipe Community. Go find it. It's, if you look up Thermomix Adventures, I'm pretty sure it's there under my name on Recipe Community, and you can chuck it over to your Thermomix if you've got Cookie Dough 3.0 and a TM6. TM5s, you can bring it up on the iPad, but you can't get it to the screen. So that's the massive mince cook. It makes 2 litres, or you can make a smaller version of it, but I always put in a kilo of mince and a kilo of veggies, making a massive amount. Plus you got your tin of tomatoes. It's just amazing. White sauce, straight off cookie dough. Almond milk if you want to make it dairy free, or coconut milk if that's your preference, or oat milk, whatever you'd like. It does still have butter in it, okay? So just an FYI on that. And then I've made, I told you, my pinch point is always the gluten-free lasagna sheets at $8 something for lasagna sheets that are just flour and egg. If you were making a normal floured, I can't do it, okay? I just can't. So what I can do though is use the gluten-free tortilla recipe that I took you through only last week or the week before. It's there. Check on YouTube, scroll back a little bit, you'll find it, to make my own lasagna sheets. And I can make them to size. There'll be no wastage. If there is wastage, I can turn them into wraps. But let me show you how I've done this. So I'm just going to assemble this first bit. So I've got so far mince in the bottom. You put a small layer of mince in the bottom to start off with. Here I've got my gluten-free tortilla done between 2 pieces of baking paper, and you can see it's nearly a rectangle. I'll talk about how to make the shapes and sizes in a second when I show you the next one. This is going to go nicely on top. Now it's very hot and humid today. We've got rain coming and going. It's gross. And, oh, I ripped that one. Oh, it's ripping. Okay. Don't do what I did, guys. Do it from the baking paper, which I'll show you in the next one. I've just ripped my lovely rectangle. Might move over a bit so you can see me. So we'll just place that in. It won't matter. It's the bottom sheet. No one sees it anyway, right? But I had to add a little bit extra, don't pick it up. I had to add a little bit extra flour to it because it's just so sticky in this humidity that we've got. All right, let me show you on the next one how to do it not so messily. You guys know I keep it real on Facebook and YouTube. You're going to get real stuff from me. You're not going to get edited. This is what happens in my real kitchen, right? So let me just get this in. You can see how humid and sticky it is at 33 degrees today. I'm just going to try and spread that out a little bit. Now, okay, I'm going to give up on that one, and we're just going to cover it with sauce, and no one will be none the wiser. So much for starting with a beautiful rectangle. But let me take you through the steps so that you can do it, and hopefully in not waiting around for 10 minutes setting up Facebook, you can actually do it without the mess that I am. So next step is sauce. We'll cover the mistake up. Okay, and you can see how much sauce is in there. You can see that beautiful texture of it. Then you've got your bechamel sauce. Now I have just followed the TM6 recipe on it, and I actually put I did 1 litre. Okay, I used a whole carton of almond milk in that. So that's going to just, now I'm going to do 3 layers of pastry, which is not pastry, it's not even pasta, wraps. Okay, I'm going to do 3 layers. So I'm just trying to portion out my sauce accordingly. White sauce. Okay, so 1 litre in there. How good is Thermomix white sauce that we don't have lumps? I do have a skin on top. Okay, if I put it back in, you'll notice it's quite hot still. But I ummed and ahed about whether to get online or not this morning because it is so hot. But I'm here. Say hi if you're watching on, by the way, so that you make sure you get notifications of these. Remember to hit the follow button, subscribe if you're on YouTube so you get kept up to date. Okay, white sauce on. All right, now let's come with me and let me show you how to do this wrap. And hopefully have more success. I won't try and handle it off this time. Okay, wrap mixture. I'm trying to make 3 of these. As I said, 3 layers. So I've already taken 1/3 of the mix out. I've just made the recipe as per the recipe. So I haven't doubled it or anything. I don't think you need to. Unless you were cooking, if you're making this for a friend or something, then yeah, put more in it. Make a double batch. It makes a double batch easily. This is the one if you've kind of forgotten, mill down brown rice at the beginning. Okay? So, clump of said stuff. Let me just move this out of the way. Let me see if I can get in front of the camera and do this for you. What? Go a bit low with that one. Hopefully it'll hang in there. Still in the way, isn't it, everybody? Sorry about that. Okay, so what you need to do, first of all, get rid of the lumpy sides. To do that, just give it a push with your baking paper. Okay? It just pushes all those external little dry bits into it. Second sheet of baking paper on top. Rolling pin, or mine's a silicone roller, and push it out to roughly the size you want. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I am going to show you how you get perfect edges on it. And then I'm going to show you how you put it in without breaking it up like I did first go. If it wasn't so humid, you'll normally be able to just flake it off and lift it in, but it's horrible today. So I'm getting roughly a rectangle. I'm looking at the size I'm aiming for as well. I want it just to go a bit bigger. So I'm kind of judging, and this is the beautiful thing about making your own gluten-free pastry, or in this case wraps turn into pastry, pasta guys, wrong word, is you can make them your own shape and sizes. You can also not have leftovers, so you're not going to waste anything. So to get straight edges, all you do, and those of you who've been around on my channel for a while, you know this tip because we do it in cookie making when we make crackers and stuff. Can you tell the humidity's getting to me? I can't even speak straight. Told you I debated whether I should come online today. I'm like, it's so hot. Oh dear. So you literally take the sides, peel it back, fold the underside over so it just has a little twist over. Like that's only about 2 mil. Push it down. And this is how, when you make crackers and you get wastage on the side because your side ones are a bit rustic because of the edging, that's how you take the rusticness out of it. Sometimes you will still end up with one end that's a little bit, strange shaped. That's okay. Or one corner, because it pushes into one corner. So if I look there, you'll see how one corner's flanges out. I mean, you could gently push it back in. So I can literally do this to all 4 sides. And you could make little sheets with this as well, and putting in how lasagna sheets come in smaller bits. But take a look at that in seconds. While I've been chatting to you, I don't want to break it, so I'm trying not to. Look at that. All right, now to put it in without breaking it. Let's try it. You guys are a little lopsided. I do apologise. When I'm back in my workroom later on in the coming months, it'll be so much easier. Okay, so literally place it over the top, sit it down, and peel it off. Look at that. Lasagna sheet. Easy peasy. Okay? Now, I probably could have made that slightly bigger. Again, doesn't matter. Another third on. Okay. And then I'm going to save, so the last bit has, in my case, I'm going to put mince. So I'm going to do one more sheet of pasta. I'll get there. And then I'm going to put mince, white sauce, another sheet of the stuff. Let me just show you. You can tell how hot and sweaty I am today. What did you guys do on the weekend? Did you get up to anything exciting? Did you cook anything amazing in your Thermomix? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to hear about it. It was just, this weather at the moment is just ick. That's all it is. It's ick. It's overcast, and then it's sunny and hot and sweaty and raining, and then it's ick. The only people liking it, they're not even people, the only things liking it are flies at the moment. The flies and the mosquitoes are everywhere. So, in this goes. So take the bits out of the side and then put this on top. By the way, most of you should have landed, if you're a subscriber at my website, you should have actually got a newsletter on Thursday night, sorry, before the long weekend, in your inbox. So check your inbox and see if you've got something from Thermomixing Adventures in there. The most recent download that I'm about to start that series once February kicks off. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll have to have gone and checked it out. That information was there. There was a discount code for my Getting Started course. So if you are new to Thermomix and you just don't know where to start, that's for you. Or maybe you're actually well seasoned, hang on, that's probably the wrong word. You've got a Thermomix, but you've fallen off the wagon. Okay, and you know want something to kind of get you back on. That's for you. Okay, so either a brand new owner or just wanting to. It's been sitting aside and you used to use it and now it's not, and you're like, how can I get back on? That's for you, that course. So that's there, and you've got some information in there about what's on offer from Thermomix at the moment. And remembering as well that if you've got a friend or family member wanting to get a Thermomix, let me know, and then we can get you a referral code so that when they do buy, you get a $50 mix shop to spend in the mix shop. And maybe you can get yourself a second bowl set. And you can collect as many of those $50 mix cards as you want. I think you've got 90 days to spend it. So, yeah, that's great news. All right, so I'm going to fold the edges over like before. Oh, I haven't put white sauce on yet. So just fold this up like that. I tend to do the alternative sides, like each the opposite sides first. Totally up to you as to what you do. Doesn't really matter. And then I look at the ends and decide what I want to do with the ends. So there you go. And I always push it away from the biggest bit. If there's a bulging bit, you push it down so it kind of fills in the gaps. In this case, I've got a bit of a mountain in the middle where I've oozed, push down the sides, so I can just pull that through, and when it oozes out the end like that, easy to fix. Have a play with this technique, like when you're making your crackers and stuff, have a play. It just makes things so much more satisfying when they're kind of a bit neater. All right, let's finish this off. So white sauce, okay, white sauce. Should have bought a spatula. Oh, I've got this one. This one will do me. I could put, if you've got extra white sauce, you can put it on the top before your cheese. Okay? I don't think I've got enough. I think I've only got scrapings left, so I'll put it here instead. It would be too sparse otherwise. Excuse me if I'm cutting myself off today. I really wanted you guys to see the process. By the way, with the lasagnas, a little tip as well is they're better made in advance. So you're better off making it, like I'm making it now mid-morning. It's going to get cooked and then it's going to sit aside and cool a bit before I reheat it. It kind of sets so that you can slice it and it holds form. Otherwise you cut it and it just goes to mush. The only thing trying to hold it together is your pasta. Doesn't matter if that's gluten-free or not. And yeah, it just goes to yuckiness. Excuse me for a second, I just want to check. No, it's all right. Because we've got so many flies at the moment, sometimes when you're using the varoma, they like to crawl in the little holes in the top. So always check your food. There was a little suspicious looking black mark just then in the food, and I thought, oh, it wasn't. It's okay. It's okay. All right, let's finish off together. So I'll bring this back now. You don't need to see me roll this out, but remember, over the top. By the way, remember you can keep your baking paper for another go. Use it a few times. I tend to line a cake container later, as long as it hasn't got, meat or anything on it. A little bit fell off on the corner. You will find that by doing the edges like that as well, you don't have as much wastage when you do pull it off. It tends to stay together a bit easier. Okay, last things last, let's put the meat on. And then grated cheese, which I've grated in the Thermomix, however, it's in the fridge outside. It's actually leftovers from it's leftovers from pizza night last night. Sunday night we do pizza night. Now, just a note, at the moment I'm using a metal spoon in my bowl very carefully. If you use tongs and spoons in your bowl, always be mindful to not scratch the sides. I'm following the sides with the edge of the spoon, so I know it's fairly, it's shaped on shape kind of thing. It's okay. But just be mindful of that. I have seen some really bashed up bowls, predominantly from tongs. Okay, so it's a sign of a well-loved bowl. It's not a terrible thing. But, the longer you can preserve it, the better. So, look at this. Perfect amount. This is by the way, this container is the vacuum seal 2.6 litre or 2 point something litre that is coming to the mix shop later this year. So those of your friends and family who are buying a Thermomix this month, they get the small and the medium, with the vacuum wand, which is amazing and I love them. This is your big one, but it's not coming with a Thermomix. It's going to come in the mix shop later this year. They are fantastic to vacuum seal your food. They are heat proof, so they can go in the oven. Then you can put the lid on and put them in the freezer and then in the fridge and all that jazz. So just perfect. I like preparing in advance what I can. So if I can slice up my roast veggies, vacuum seal them so that they're ready for later in the week, happy days. Like getting prepped in advance is just works well for me and my family at this point in time. Admittedly, they are cooking 4 days a week, which is really helping as well. So that's it from me today. Give this a go. When you're looking for things like lasagna sheets and you just look at the price tag and go, oh, have a look and see. Or send me a message and go, Lisa, I was thinking about buying this. Can I do it in the Thermomix? What do I need to do? How easy it is? How easy is it? More so. I may have an answer for you. I might not as well. Okay, so I can't promise you, but I certainly can give it some thought. Because it was one of those things where I was just like, we've got visitors. I wanted to make something big. I wanted to do this because my kids love having this savoury mince with the veggies in it. They'll have it with the gluten-free pasta. They'll have it on its own. They'll have it just with cheese on the top. Like they'll have it with nachos. They'll do so much with it. So if there's something where you're looking at the shops and go, oh, I wish I knew how to make that, let me know and I'll see what I can do to find out for you, or together we'll learn how to do it. Otherwise, guys, thanks for joining me today. It's lovely to be on and inspire you with your Thermomix. I hope you're getting value from these videos. Have a great day. Find somewhere cool. Hopefully it's not too wet and hot at your house. And I look forward to seeing you in another video tomorrow. So take care and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.